all have our bad days. Crowd looks hyped tonight. Better come with it.
He's about to tear it
We're
up.
ready to light it up tonight.
Incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word Raptors along with your issue and seat location to 55555. Any member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. At the point guard position, standing 6'5", number 17.
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up with our analysts, Brent Barry and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Now, New York starting five. They've got Josh Hart, also OG Anunoby out there. And it's Brunson in at the point.
Really hard to stop Scotty Barnes in the pick and roll. As the screener, Scotty can beat you different ways.
Outside Hart. Ellis passes to Anunoby. No good on the triple. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Here's P. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Left side Dick. 6 to shoot. Down low. 11 feet out. The shot by Ingram, no good. Here's Ellis. Guarded by Dick. Outside Brunson. They set the screen to the inside. Bledsoe. And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Brunson, a nice feed. That's just good offense.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Darko Rajakovic. I discussed with Coach how difficult it is to guard Jalen Brunson. He initially joked. He said, "You'll have to ask my guys that." Jalen is really gritty, confident player. We can't let him get into a rhythm early or we're going to be in trouble. We'll have to keep our eye on how well this defense does against Brunson. Guys?
And Ali, thank you for that.
Brunson is such a difficult cover. You can't let him fire away, but also he's a threat to drive.
Brent, everyone loves an underdog story, and there's few better than that of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, this kid falling into the second round and all the perception around whether or not he was big enough or can he shoot the ball, is he athletic enough? This guy has continued to work hard every year and turn himself into an all-star and an all-NBA player. Now, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Ellis passes to Brunson. The three-pointer off the mark.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Pirtle with a screen on Hart. Ingram with the ball. And it's Anunoby picking him up. Stolen by Bledsoe. That shot is off. Ooh, excellent D there from Barnes. Raptors trail by 3. Here's P. 17 points in his last outing. Pass to Dick. The three. And the three-pointer goes.
And I love Dick's aggressive mindset. I mean, this is how lethal he can be catching and firing.
Here's Ellis. Back to Brunson. Here's Bledsoe, covered by Pirtle. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Brunson. Bledsoe's got his second basket.
It just feels like every year Brunson has sharpened his skills as a passer and playmaker, knowing that at his position, he's got to move it around.
Here's P. Here's Pirtle. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Ellis. Guarded by Dick. And he converts the layup. Bledsoe's got 6.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to talk it over with his guys. So both teams changing it up here. And the power rankings look more concrete every day. Plenty of games behind us here in December. You look at Detroit, they slipped a bit. Still in the top 10, though.
I think for Toronto, they're a team that still feels like they can get better. The season is young, so they are still hopeful that they can improve their ranking.
Play in the first quarter. Both teams deciding to change it up. You got. Here's P. Pass to Ingram. And Dadier pulls it down. New York trailing. And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard, they play defense first, they play a ton of minutes, but this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
So on the floor for the Knicks, we've got Aaron Wiggins, and it's Shannon in at the 2-guard. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, P in their last time out against the Knicks put together a nice one. He scored 17 points in addition to scoring strong on the glass with 5 rebounds, too. A surprise effort from a guy who typically plays a smaller role. We'll see if he can keep building the momentum.
Yeah, Allie, he was playing with excellent intensity out there, getting what he wanted.
Agreed. He's coming into this one with some great momentum.
No reason to settle. Just keep getting to his money spots.
There's a screen. Pass to Ingram. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Brent, how good does it feel as a player when your team really starts to hit its stride?
Well, it's just awesome, B.A., when players understand their role and how locked in that you can be. And there's a whole other level to that when you know going into any NBA contest whether or not you're going to win the game is dependent on what you do. And the opponent has no chance of taking that away from you. That's when you're a championship caliber team.
He's off on the first.
Ingram just continuing to impress and taking strides in the right direction. Just a tremendous amount of offensive weaponry.
And he's good on the second. Knicks trail by 3. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. And that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, that is awesome to see the small man challenge the big man. Sometimes when you jump, you can be taller than the big fella.
It's Barnes on the wing. Pass to P. And he lobs it up. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Barnes with great lift off the floor. What a play.
1:58 left to play in the first half. Brunson taking his time here. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
When he decides he wants to take it to the bucket, it's really hard for anyone to slow him down.
Pirtle with a screen on Brunson. He passes to Pirtle.
Pirtle's frame is thin, but he is a physical big man, one who's good at getting the D to be overly aggressive inside.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And that one falls for Pirtle. Walter, he's checked in for Toronto.
Taking 2 shots.
Second free throw, no good.
Around the league, there's a lot of appreciation for how well defined Jakob Pirtle's game is. He wants to rebound, block shots, and score inside. Simplistic, but effective.
The Raptors have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Here's P. And that one's good. P's got his first points of the night.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Brunson takes it himself.
Brunson's so skilled at drawing contact on the move.
New York shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
Combined for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson taking 2 shots.
First one falls. Toronto making a switch here. Abaji's checked in. Both free throws good from Brunson.
Well, the lefty listed at 6'1", Jalen Brunson, is a bit of a different matchup. He's just so physical and he can play on and off the ball. Here I call it funky.
Here's P. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Pass to Anunoby. Outside Brunson. Clock at 4. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Bledsoe can't get it to go. The Raptors with a lead. Barnes in the post. He's covered by Hart. Here's P. Barnes a screen. P passes to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding. Rising up off the ground.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Raptors leading by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Howdy, folks. The moment looking at the Knicks, they've been stuck in the middle tier. Not good enough to challenge for a chip, but not bad enough to get a high draft.
And we return our attention to tonight's featured game as the Knicks had a closely contested first half.
I'm impressed they're still in this.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You look at Jalen Brunson. What a contribution.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker. He's done a great job moving the ball around.
Now you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then it's Grady Dick. And it's P in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
Off the pass from Hart, he's made major strides playmaking-wise, turning himself into a more complete offensive player.
P passes to Pirtle. Dick with it. And here's Ingram. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Shoots over Anunoby. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Brandon Ingram showing off the ways he can score. You know he's playing well when he's this patient to do so.
Anunoby for 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds in the game. Bledsoe against Barnes. Here's P. Ellis with a rebound. Knicks trail by 3. Pass to Brunson. The teardrop. Oh, it's blocked by Barnes.
Ooh, the swat by Barnes. He's got that ability to put up big block numbers. No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Pirtle with a screen on Brunson. P passes to Dick. The floater. And Bledsoe pulls it down. New York has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Hart from long range. Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got his 6th assist of the night.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Barnes a screen. P passes to Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
You give Barnes any kind of opening, he's going to attack that rim.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Here's Brunson. Brunson with the finish inside. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
And Barnes continues to show steady improvement as a distributor. Fantastic pass.
Outside Brunson. Brunson missing again.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Going inside. Rejected by Bledsoe. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. P, no good.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 8 in the third. That's to Dick. Here's Mobo. Here's P. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his first personal.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good. Sims, he's checked in for Toronto. Walter comes in for Ingram. New York making a switch here. Good on both. Knicks trail by 3. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
To the paint. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And he makes a first. Abaji's checked in for Toronto. And look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And I feel like there's been an old school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
So on the floor for the Knicks, we've got Aaron Wiggins, and it's Kolek in at the point.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Raptors lead by 17. Here's P. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his third.
It goes on Aaron Wiggins.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And he can't get the first one. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for New York. Good on the second one.
In the second half, their free throw percentage has improved, hitting in the low 80s now.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Connects from downtown.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Here's P. Brunson defending. And he gets it to go.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Now here's Brunson. Pass to Shannon. Back to Brunson. Fantastic work down low from the crafty Brunson.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Raptors lead by 15. Here's P. Barnes with a screen on Brunson. P passes to Barnes. Comes up empty down low.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Toronto has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Here's P. That shot, no good. Good D by Brunson. Knicks trail by 15. Hard against Pirtle. Pass to Bledsoe. Shoots over Barnes. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Inside. And P gets it to go. P's got 9 points here in the second half.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Right side, Brunson to the middle. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. That one on Barnes.
At the line for the Knicks, Bledsoe. 2 shots.
No good on that one. So he can't get either to fall. Raptors lead by 15. P passes to Pirtle. There's a minute 26 left in the fourth quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's P. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Raptors.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year. And propelling them to a solid win, it was a night of big plays for P.
Yeah, with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
.105 left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to P. The jump hook. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
New York with a rebound. Wiggins outside. The three is up. And there's Brunson. That one's good. On the assist by Wiggins. There's 31 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's P. Brunson defending. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for Toronto.
And the first one at the line is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Hits both from the stripe. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Kolek. No good from outside. For Toronto as they get the win. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching this 2K Sports.
They really thought they had a chance tonight.